Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you and the client weren't on the same page after launching a project?
So we agree.
Yes. No, we disagree.
If so, trust me when I say you should have had a pre-kickoff meeting. I totally understand the excitement that comes with launching into a new project, but jumping in head first without the proper equipment and knowledge is like going scuba diving without enough oxygen in your tank, or skydiving without a backup parachute. So stay tuned to learn the 10 things you should be discussing with your client before the actual kickoff meeting. So, is a pre-client project kickoff meeting really necessary? Yes, it is. This should be done after you've had an internal kickoff meeting with your team, but before the actual client project kickoff meeting. This is a simple yet effective meeting that can take place over a cup of coffee or tea, lunch, or even a video or phone call if meeting in person is difficult.
Pick up that phone and speak the words that I have taught you.
No matter how you do it, it's meant to be a one-on-one between the project manager and the client lead. You should meet with the client before the actual kickoff meeting because it gives you the chance to gather all relevant information that may have been left out in the initial project plan, set expectations in a more relaxed environment outside of an official meeting, and to build up trust and communication between you and your client. Working out these details beforehand ensures that no time is wasted during the actual kickoff meeting. Although every project will require its own agenda tweaking, there's value in ensuring you cover some of these basics. Here's a rough idea of the timing so you can fit everything into a 60-minute meeting. Number 1 is the introduction, which is a chance for you and the client to briefly get to know each other and establish rapport. You want to get to know your client on a level beyond the project to really start to build a relationship with them. Let your hair down. You'll be glad you did.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby.
This way, trust can be developed over time, supporting you through any future setbacks that may arise during the course of the project. Think of it this way. You wouldn't feel comfortable letting someone you don't know very well to babysit your child, right? In this context, the client's baby is the project, and getting to know you better will make them feel more comfortable leaving you in charge. Number 2 is reviewing the project teams to make sure you both understand who is responsible for what. This will also be discussed during the actual kickoff meeting, but discussing this one-on-one with the client lead will allow for a chance to share insight on team dynamics. Knowing who will be involved and what their role is in the project will help you plan the best way of engaging with them so that the project continues to move forward.
Well, Scully, Hitchcock, and Daniels, they're pretty much worthless, but they make good coffee. Copy that.
Giving the client insight into who your team is and the resources that they plan to use will give your client the confidence in you and your team's ability. Number 3 is the approval process, where the process and personnel for signing off deliverables is explained. Once you identify everyone's role on the team, you can then identify who will be signing off on what during the project. This also gives the client a chance to point out any concerns regarding the timeline, the number of rounds of revision, and team availability. Number 4 is the Statement of Work, SOW review, which dives into what the project is all about. What are you and your team doing? When, how, and what will you produce? It's important to discuss this with the client in the pre-kickoff meeting so that both your expectations are aligned during the actual kickoff meeting.
What year is it?
2021?
How long have you been in here?
Since 1986. We're stuck on item 1.
Since there's a lot to unpack here, plan to spend around 20 minutes discussing this. This is when you'll explain your draft SOW with the client step by step. Show them how you've planned the project to be run, the activities that can be completed, and to what extent the deliverables will be based on the budget and timeline of the project. Show the client how many rounds of review you have planned, dependencies, and assumptions, so that the client is aware of what the project is projected to deliver. Number 5 is RAID, which stands for Risk, Assumptions, Issues, and Dependencies. This is where the client can elaborate on their approach to managing risks and changes. It's good practice to come prepared to the meeting with a RAID log to present to the client. This shows that you will be transparent about identifying and responding to any changes, risks, or issues within the project, and how you plan to collaboratively address them with the client. It also gives the client a chance to share their preference for dealing with risks and issues. You can also get a sense of the client and project's flexibility by asking if there's extra budget for additional rounds of design development, feature build-out, or user testing. Number 6 is reporting, which tracks budget, timeline, tasks, and milestones, as well as who to report to. Come prepared with an example of a status report to make sure the format and detail is to their liking. Number 7 is collaboration, which covers how your team will communicate and which tools they will be using to collaborate. Beforehand, discuss the method of communication with your team and let the client know what tools you will use and how you'll use them. Ensure that the client also has access to the tool or platform you have decided to use, whether it's Trello, Jira, or something else. Number 8 is assets, which gives you the chance to cover what you need to get started on the project. In order for the project to be properly executed, make a list of all the tools and resources that you need from the client in order of most to least important. These can be things like logins, brand logo templates, a VPN, and invoicing. Number 9 is the kickoff agenda. This solidifies all the points that you and the client want to discuss during the actual kickoff meeting so that nothing is forgotten. You and the client should come to an agreement about all the things that you'd like to discuss during the real kickoff, such as introductions, project background, project briefing, success of the project, project management, and next steps to keep the project moving. Finally, number 10 is to take time to discuss any other business. Is there anything else that still needs to be addressed? Ask the client if there's anything else you should know, which could potentially prompt them to remember something that had not previously been mentioned. Even if there isn't, ending on a high note with a clear plan for the next steps will give the client confidence in their partnership with you. A great way to end the meeting is to take a few moments to build rapport, as you did when starting off the meeting. Ask them what they like to do outside of work, or what they have planned for the rest of their day. This helps them see that you're interested in them as an individual, outside of the project, and can help build a stronger connection with them.
What are you doing here?
Same old, same old. Ooh, I got into cockfighting.
Oh, cockfighting, that sounds wonderful.
Is there anything else you include in your pre-client kickoff meeting? If so, what is it? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you'll be the first to know when we post more videos just like this. If you need more guidance on how to start projects better with clients, check out our complete article in the description box. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.